Man, it's been forever. What have you been up to lately?
I've been busy preparing for my exams, not to mention all the term papers I've had to write.
Same here. I'm up to my neck in work, but at least we've got summer holidays after finals. Where are you headed now?
I'm going to my anthro class. We've been focusing on Darwin all term, since it's the 200th anniversary of his birth or whatever. I'm sick and tired of Darwin, Darwin, Darwin!
What? Why? How can you not like Darwin? His work turned thousands of years of ideas about creation on their head. His theory of evolution revolutionized the fields of biology and anthropology.
I don't like him. His theory of human evolution and natural selection is full of holes. It's not as solid as you make it out to be.
Say that again and you'll make enemies with half of the academy, not to mention your professors. Furthermore, the explanation proposed by Darwin about the origin of the species and the process of natural selection constitutes a grand step towards a coherent understanding of the world and its very beginnings.
I'm not minimizing his huge contributions to science. It's just that his theory reminds me of the conundrum of the chicken and the egg.
What are you talking about?
Which came first, the chicken or the egg? This is a classic logical problem, and I think it applies to Darwin's theory. How did the very first living organism come to be?
Interesting. I think that question is better suited for my philosophy class. In the meantime, how about we settle this with a duel?
Hey, Mary, can you cut that out?
Cut what out? I'm not doing anything.
The tapping of your pen on your desk. It's driving me crazy.
Fine. By the way, would you mind not slurping your coffee every time you have a cup?
I don't slurp my coffee. And plus, how can you hear it when you're shouting into your phone all the time?
You've got to be kidding me. You're complaining about me talking on the phone when you go out for a cigarette break 10 times a day to shoot the breeze?
Look, we have a lot of accumulated anger from working in these conditions, and it's probably okay to let off steam once in a while, but it's probably not a good idea to keep it up. I'm willing to forgive and forget if you are.
Fine. Let's call it truce. I'll try to be more considerate and keep the noise down.
Yeah, I'll try to do the same. So, I was wondering, you want to go out to dinner Friday night?
Tom, how are you? Hey, we missed you at the party last night. Are you okay?
I don't know. I didn't really feel like going out. I guess I'm feeling a little homesick.
Come on. We've been through this already. Look, I know the adjustment was hard when you first got here, but we agreed that you were going to try and deal with it.
I was. It's just that the holidays are coming up and I won't be able to go home because I can't afford the airfare. I'm just longing for some of the comforts of home, like my mom's cooking and being around my family.
Yeah, it can get pretty lonely over the holidays. When I first got here, I'd get depressed and nostalgic for anything that reminded me of home. I almost let it get to me, but then I started going out, keeping myself busy, and before I knew it, I was used to it.
I see what you mean, but I'm still bummed out.
Okay, how does this sound? Let's get you suited up and hit the dance club tonight. I hear that an awesome DJ is playing, and there will be a lot of pretty single girls there.
You know, I could really go for that. You don't mind being my wingman for tonight?
Not at all. It'll be fun. It will be like a boys' night out. Well, kind of.
Great! I must warn you, though, whatever happens, don't let me go on a drinking binge. Trust me, it's not a pretty picture.
I'm forming a music band.
Do you already know how to play an instrument?
Yeah. I told you 1,000 times that I'm learning to play the drums. Now that I know how to play well, I would like to form a rock band.
Aside from yourself, who are the other members of the band?
We have a guy who plays guitar and another who plays bass. Although we still haven't found anyone to be our singer. You told me that you had some musical talent, right?
Yes, I'm a singer.
Perfect! So you can audition this weekend here at my house.
Great! Wait, here? You don't have enough room for the amplifiers, microphones, or even your drums. By the way, where do you keep them or practice?
Dude, what are you talking about? It's right here. All we need is my Nintendo Wii and we're set.
Hi, honey! You'll never guess what. My friends Julie and Alex are getting married.
Wow, that's great news. They're a great couple.
I know. Anyways, I just talked to Alex's best man, and he is organizing the bachelor party. It's gonna be so much fun! All the groomsmen are thinking up all the wacky and crazy things we're gonna do that night.
You aren't going to a strip club, are you? I don't want you getting a lap dance from some stripper with the excuse that it's your friend's party.
Ah, come on. It's just some innocent fun. You know how these things are. We're gonna play drinking games, get him some gag gifts, and just have a good time. Nothing too over the top.
Well, I don't know.
Come on. If one of your friends was getting married, I wouldn't mind you going to her bachelorette party.
Good, because my friend Wendy's getting married and I'm organizing her party.
What?
Oh no, the lights went out. Honey, can you light a candle?
Sure. What do we do now?
Well, we can just talk, you know, like we used to.
I know. I'll tell you a scary story. It happened to me and my dad when I was a teenager. I was living with my father at the time when he received a phone call.
Hello. Yes, this is him. I see. Sorry to hear that. Okay, no problem. I'll be there shortly. Pack some clothes, Tony. My great aunt is very ill and no one in the family wants to take care of her. We're going to stay at her house for a few days.
Aunt? What aunt? I never knew you had a great aunt.
Well, the family doesn't talk about her, or get near her for that matter.
Why is that?
Come on, we have to go.
So we arrived at this old house on the outskirts of our town. There was almost no one around and the house had an eerie look to it. Once inside the house, we walked to her room and I was surprised to find my dad's great aunt in a wheelchair, yelling at someone, but we were alone in the room.
Hi, Aunt Ursula. This is my son, Tony.
Why have you come? Why are you here? Don't you know it isn't safe? My time is near. He's coming for me.
Who is coming for you?
The Prince of Darkness, the Lord of the Underworld, the Tempter, the Old Serpent.
Come on, Aunt Ursula, let's lay you down. You need to get some rest. Tony, help me lay her down.
That night, we slept in one of the 12 rooms of that big old mansion. The trees outside seemed to come alive and their shadows formed ghoulish shapes on my bed. All of a sudden, we heard screaming.
Dad! Dad! Something is attacking Aunt Ursula!
Back to the underworld, Christina! I shall be judged before you can take me!
The door is jammed. Stand back. Aunt Ursula, where are you?
Over here!
And as we approached her, she was lying on the floor with her hands and feet open like the Vitruvian Man, breathing heavily with bloody marks and scratches on her arms, legs, and face. Remember how I mentioned that she was in a wheelchair? My aunt had been paralyzed from the neck down for just over a year. After this incident, strange things would happen in the house, and my aunt would yell and scream, according to her, warding off the evil that had come to get her. As the days passed, she became very weak and eventually was unable to talk. My dad had to work during the day, so I was left to care for her. When she lost her voice and laid on her deathbed, I would hear her breathe in and out, until finally one day she breathed in and never exhaled. That night, I felt relieved that it was finally over, but it wasn't. I was so terrified of what I was hearing that I didn't sleep all night. The following morning, I went to the bathroom, expecting to find a mess and everything torn up, but I found everything exactly as it was before. The movers came that same day, and as we were cleaning out her drawers and personal items, we found strange notebooks with names and amounts of money written next to them. We found pictures with people's faces sewn with black or red string. And you want to know what the strangest thing was? There was a small doll filled with dead ants, with a strand of hair tied around its waist. And on the doll's face, there was a picture of me with the numbers 311009. You know what date it is today? October 31st, 2009.
Trick or treat.
Tom, aren't you a little too old to be trick-or-treating?
What are you talking about? Where's your Halloween spirit? Didn't you ever dress up in a costume and go around the neighborhood trick-or-treating with your friends?
Of course I did, but when I was 10, trick-or-treating is for kids. Plus, I'm sure people will think you're a kidnapper or something, running around with kids at night.
Whatever. I'm going next door. I heard Mrs. Robinson is giving out big bags of M&Ms.
The Day of the Dead has arrived! All Souls Day and All Saints Day!
Your neighbor is crazy. Why is he screaming that?
Because today is the 1st of November, the Day of the Dead.
Oh, that's right.
This is a very special day among many cultures around the world, especially in Latin America.
Seriously? I thought it was just like any other day, except for the fact that people visit the cemetery and remember their loved ones.
Well, that's just part of it. People across the world celebrate in different ways. In Mexico, for example, it's common to see people building private altars honoring the deceased, using sugar skulls, preparing the favorite foods and beverages of the departed, and visiting graves with these as gifts. In the Philippines, the tombs are cleaned or repainted. Candles are lit and flowers are offered. Entire families camp out in cemeteries and sometimes spend a night or two near the relatives' tombs.
Whoa, that's scary. I don't know if I could do that.
Why? We should fear the living, not the dead.
Hello, sir. How may I help you?
I would like to buy some flowers, please. Something really nice.
I see. May I ask what the occasion is?
It's not really an occasion. It's more like I'm sorry.
Very well. This arrangement here is very popular among regretful husbands and boyfriends. It has a dozen long-stem red roses with a couple of sunflowers and a single orchid that stands out. It includes a small teddy bear to achieve the effect of immediate forgiveness.
I think I'm gonna need more than just a dozen red roses and a bear. What else do you recommend?
Well, this is our I'm sorry I cheated on you package. 2 dozen red roses lined with tulips, carnations and lilies. The fragrance and beauty of this flower arrangement is sure to make her forgive you.
I don't think that's gonna cut it. I need something bigger and better.
I'm sorry, sir, but what exactly did you do?
Well, I may have accidentally insinuated that she is getting chubbier.
Get out of my store, you jerk. Hey, honey, how was your day?
It was alright. I ran into Bill and we got to talking for a while. He's in a bit of a jam.
Why? What happened?
Well, his son had an accident. Bill doesn't have health insurance. This really got me thinking, and I wondered if we shouldn't look into a couple of different HMOs.
Yeah, you're right. We aren't getting any younger, and our kids are getting older.
Exactly. I searched on the web and found a couple of HMOs with low copays and good coverage. The deductibles are low too.
Sounds good. Although, do you think we can qualify for insurance? Those insurance companies are real pirates when it comes to money.
Well, we don't have any pre-existing illnesses or conditions, so we should be fine.
I wish our company or country provided us with healthcare.
Not in a million years.